Hello, I've recently come across your page. I'm Arab, and here we believe in demon souls. My friends and I used to spend our nights talking about what we saw of them, what we felt, etc. It's not really my story, it's a story that happened recently in my countryside. We are an old village, and in the past 100 years, there were stories that kings and rich families used to hide their money in our grounds because just after our village, there were thieves. So, to keep them safe, they would hide them in the mountains and leave a mark. Many found treasure by searching these marks. So, about 50 years ago, one family had a basement. They brought a sheikh. I don't know its name in English, but it's someone whose job is to talk to souls. If I mispronounce that, I am so exponentially sorry. Okay, you would think that someone who reads these stories every single day, would know how to pronounce so many words. I don't. Okay, I read books like that's nothing. Okay, I've got a Kindle too and an iPad. I read like crazy and I still can't pronounce words. Sorry. I'm just not trying to be disrespectful, so that's why I apologize, okay? Just because I'm stupid and can't read it doesn't mean anything. And I don't read these stories before I read them to you, which would make sense as to why sometimes I fuck up these words, okay? So they would take Armenian women, talk to souls, and trap them inside the women in the basement and talk to them to get hints about the gold. The nephew of the home was with him. Once we all name him X. He's the one who told us this story. X saw him put the souls into the women and talk to them, and then they will take the women, go into the mountain to the location the demon told them to search, and they will start digging. It was the first time X was present. They went into the mountain. The woman started saying that X shouldn't be here. He has the power to banish the soul, and that he had a crown of 3 crosses above his head. It meant that Jesus gave him this gift. They went back into the basement and released the soul into the basement. It was the last time X was present with them. A few years later, Mr. X started banishing souls from people. He would remove demon souls. He would see where a person goes after his death. He saw where my grandfather went. He knew that magic was done on my grandmother and that she needed prayers, and was also had learned that the person who was putting the souls into the women and then releasing them was releasing them incorrectly, instead of releasing them to leave the house. He only released them. So, with X's expertise, he told the grandchildren of the family living here that the demon souls would come back to haunt them after 50 years when they were released. A few years back, about 6 or 7, they came back. So in the house was living one mother and her son, about 30 years old. And in the basement, some Syrian employees. So the employees started seeing cups flying and hitting walls. They heard voices at night. Someone tapped on their windows. They told the family, but they thought they were imagining things. Then, in the house, the old woman would see a child who would sleep next to her bed. Some